Greetings YouTube, Dark Swordsman here, and I am starting a brand new project today, which is on a game called ARK Survival. I'm just on my hover skiff right now, just so I can get my bearings a minute. So in these videos, which is going to be my ARK adventure, I'm going to be showing you guys how to tame every single creature on the island. And also I'll be showing you how to traverse all the different caves as well and whatnot, both underwater and above water. And then once we're done on the island, we'll move over to Scorched Earth. There's no point in doing the centre because the centre is pretty much the same as the island. It's just ever so slightly different in the fact that the caves are slightly different there, and basically it's all the same dinosaurs as you would get on the island basically. So that's why we'll be moving on to Scorched, and then after that we'll move over to... I'm not sure after that, because Aberration I'm not a big fan of, unfortunately. Rag is an absolute lag fest, and to be honest, everything you can get on the island you can get over on Scorched or the island. Oh, actually, Valgyra would be our next one to go to, because there are caves there that we could do. And also I know Valgyra a lot better, so that's probably where we'll go for the ice wyverns, and also there's the Dionichu over there. And then of course after that we'll go across to where me and my team are at now, which is the Crystal Isles map. Although having said that, my tribe is no longer that active, if I'm honest. Our ARK sparks are pretty much gone. But I decided a lot of the ARK videos are quite outdated now. I thought, you know what, let's get some up-to-date videos out there. And besides, while the game is a laggy piece of crap at points, I do still love the principle of the game, the building, the taming, the exploring. It's just a shame that the servers let the game down, and unfortunately also the toxic players. So anyway, today we're going to be starting off with well, we're going to start by doing one of the caves actually. We're going for the easiest, or what I deem to be the easiest cave, which is the southern cave. And when I do the caves, I'm going to be doing them in what I deem to be easiest to hardest, so basically in the order that I deem them to be the easiest to the hardest. So the cave, like I said, the cave we're going to be doing right now is what I deem to be the easiest cave. Quite well hidden actually, the entrance is. It's just down here. Let me just... I cannot remember how to turn the headlights on with this thing. I'll have to do it this way. Wonderful device this thing is, the hover skiff. I had a few problems trying to sort it out though before I actually started the video. I spawned it in, couldn't access it, not realising that it spawned it in wild for some unknown strange reason. So I had to use an admin command to force tame it. I was not impressed. Now there is an opening here. I'm trying to find the darn thing. There it is. I think I've got it. So many trees in the way. Here we go. Entrance is just on the right hand side here. Here it is. Why is it so dark? Is it my gamma settings? Have I got... No, my gamma settings are maxed out. That is really strange. It shouldn't be that dark. That's very strange. Oh well. I'll leave the lights on. It shouldn't burn too much fuel. We're not going to be in there for too long, I wouldn't have thought. I have brought tranks with me in case we come across anything in there to tame. There's also, like I said, I am looking to show you guys how to tame stuff. Now obviously, unfortunately, the game creators have decided to make it so it takes absolutely forever to tame certain stuff. So basically I'll be showing you the principle of knocking and taming the stuff. Knocking the stuff out and taming it, and then I'll just force tame it to speed the process up. But for now I am just going to set my gun up. Just get the scope on that. And for now we're going to go ahead and stick our normal ammo in. And also I have actually forgotten to do something else as well. As you can see, I spawned the kibble in as well. It was just so I could make things easy. Obviously each thing has its own kibble that it tames with, but the extraordinary kibble, which is the light blue coloured one, that will tame everything. Anything in the game can always be tamed by stuff that's by kibble that's higher than the kibble that it actually requires. I hope I've typed that command in right. I'm sort of guessing at the command for that one. No, yeah, I did get it right. I'll just spawn in a couple more of those. It's just for stuff that we might tame down here. Right. So yeah, where was I with the kibble? Oh yeah. So say like something would normally tame with, I don't know, for argument's sake, the green kibble. If say you don't have that green kibble, but you have say blue kibble, which is regular kibble, which is higher than the green one, which is the simple kibble, you can use that regular kibble to tame it instead. So you're not as limited. And why the hell is my scope not on? What's going on there? Let me pull my... What's going on there then? What's that about? It's saying it's equipped. Oh, there we go. I don't know what that was about. Now, when I put the trank darts in a bit to start trying to tame stuff, unfortunately it will take the scope off. I don't know why. For some reason you cannot use the scope with trank darts. It's really fucking stupid, excuse my language. I swear to God I will get this swearing under wraps one day. Oh, there you are. Oh, Jesus! I did not expect to come across a load of these straight away. They never spawn this far up. What the hell is this about? Right, what we're going to do is we're going to kill 2 of them, and then the third one we'll go ahead and knock out and tame. I don't actually know how long these guys take to tame. I've never tamed one before in my life. Well, that was immature of you, eating through your friends like that. If you're wondering why I'm not dying right now, I've got infinite stats on. Let's go ahead and just whack some kibble in there. I'm just going to pull up my dodo decks a second and actually see how long these guys take, because I've never actually tamed one before. And I do need to do the trophy to get... I need to get the trophy which requires me to tame every domesticated creature on the island, so this will help. What is it? It's a level 12, isn't it? Look. Oh, apparently it'll take 16 minutes. I'd rather it didn't take that long, so what we'll do is... As you can see, they're pretty easy to take out. Normally, for taming these ones, I would recommend going in with a thyla and just riding on the back of the thyla, because you can pull your trank gun out from the back of the thyla. So let's go ahead and just force tame that. I think I got the commands right. As for the icon in the bottom of my screen right now, that means I have been poisoned. Well, I say poisoned, I've got, I believe is it rabies? Yeah, I've been given mega rabies, but because I've got infinite stats on right now, I can't physically die. And the best way I can recommend to counter the rabies is to come down with a load of healing brews. And the healing brews will help to keep your health up while it wears off. And I have no idea why those megalanias spawn so far up. They don't normally do that. That's really thrown me off. Oops, wrong ammo. I'm not going to worry too much about taming scorpions right now, because we can... Okay, I've knocked that one out. Scorpions are pretty easy to tame, actually. I'll just go ahead and force tame this one as well, just to save us a bit of time here. When I said earlier that I was going to show you guys how to tame stuff, it was more or less how to trap them and knock them out more than taming part, because the initial, taming part is a ball ache. It takes forever to do with some of them. So I'm just basically going to show you guys how to knock the creatures out, basically, safely without getting killed. Because once you've knocked the creature out, that's pretty much it. You've sorted at that point. Now the snakes I'll show you outside of the cave, because these ones are probably going to be too high level to tame. Oh really, I should have put some armour on, shouldn't I? Okay, actually some of these snakes probably would have been tameable. Whoops. I hit the wrong target. I was actually going to tame that around here. Yeah, I've been webbed. Quite a few rhinos down there. Let's just trim the numbers down, then we look at so rhinos have got a unique ability where they can web you and it will slow you down, as you probably noticed. So again, with the Aranio, it's basically make sure you got decent armour, keep at a distance, and you can easily knock them out. Again, another way you could do it is from the back of the dialer. There's webs in my face. I think I've been poisoned by a scorpion as well. Oh, we've got a dung beetle sat there as well. No! I killed my own Aranio! Bloody hell. Ah, now, these things you've got to watch for because they can damage armour with their acid. I'm going to force tame that one a minute. I don't know where you think you're going around here. The dung beetles are actually really easy. You just need spoiled meat and literally just come up behind them, put the food in the slot. I don't know whether I can do it with this kibble or not. Let me just see whether it will work or not. I've never tried. Let me... Oh, I can! So basically then you just wait until they're hungry again. I can hear a snake in here. Right, let me just cry up this Aranio. I've never actually tamed one of these before. This is the first time I've ever tamed one of these as well. So let's just get that in there. Right, we've got to wait for this thing to be hungry again, and the other dung beetle I'll just kill off. I'll just pull out another cryopod ready as well. I'll have to swarm myself in a cryo fridge as well. Can't believe it's taking this long for a level 6 to need feeding again. Although having said that, folks, there is a bit of a bug. So between the first and the second feed, when it comes to passive tames, unfortunately is slightly longer than all the other gaps between the feeds. It's a bug that's been around since the beta. I don't know why they haven't fixed it, or if they're ever going to fix it. Probably not now, because it's, you know, been a very long time. There we go. Now we can feed again. This time it should only be a few minutes, maybe a few seconds, and I should be able to feed it again. Because we're using extraordinary kibble, it shouldn't take too long. I say it shouldn't take too long. So also during these videos I'll also be showing you guys where you can actually find all these different creatures. So in this cave you'll get megalanias, dung beetles, Aranio, arthroplora, titan boa. There should also be sarcos down here as well. And also the really rare one is the megalosaurus. I haven't seen one of those down here yet today. Now that creature is a bit of a pain in the arse to tame. And what you have to do with... there we go. What you have to do with the megalosaurus is you have to knock it out, and then you have to starve it, and then once you've starved it down so far, it will wake up. How do I explain it? I've got to try and remember which way around this is. I believe it's during the day it's fully awake, at night time. No, sorry. During the day it sleeps, during the night it's fully awake, so it's nocturnal. And regardless of how high its torpidity is at, when you hit nighttime, he will automatically wake up regardless of the torpor. So you have to put him down again. So ideally, to get the biggest effect out of it, I recommend knocking him out during the night time when he's actually awake. Then you'll get the full benefit of him being unconscious during both the night and the day. So it'll be ages before he actually goes to wake up again. And then obviously once he wakes up again, you just simply knock him out again, and by the time you've done all that, he should be just about ready to feed. I can hear a snake still, but I cannot see it. Makes me a little bit nervous, that does. I'm just going to put my scope back on a sec. It will allow me to preempt stuff from a distance, you see. So you can see that we've got water to the left of us. We'll have a look at that in a minute. And yes, I know I am cheating a little bit here because I've got infinite stats on. I couldn't be asked to find the codes to spawn in food and water. To be honest, I don't particularly like cheating, full stop. It's why I went back onto online from my rented server. However, I then remembered how flipping repetitive it was having to reset bloody timers all the time. Actually, that's a point. To anyone that watches this, if anybody knows knows of any way in which we can move our stuff from online to here to single player, please do let me know in the comment section, because we really want to find a way to get off of online so we don't have to keep resetting timers, but at the same time we don't want to lose all our stuff. Oops. Okay, my aim is absolutely appalling. Oh my dear God, I can't get it. Normally I come to the teams, I'm not used to going in on foot, but I didn't want to go spawning teams in to do the cage, I'd rather wait. For God's sake, that should have been a perfect hit. Not sure why my torpidity is not going up. I wasn't aware that infinite stats would protect me from that, that's interesting. Good God. Ugh. What a load of hullabaloo just for one little cave. I'm just going to go up this side and clear this side a minute, if there is anything to clear. So this will bring you back around towards where we came in from. Oh, also there is one other thing in here that I forgot to mention. There are piranhas in the water. along with the sarcos. Now, normally, roughly where I am now is one of the best places in this cave to find the megalosaurus. Obviously at the moment there isn't one here, as we can quite clearly see. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and traverse this water and then go up the other side, so I can just show you the other side. There's also the explorer notes to be had, which I still need to do that. I keep getting so far with the explorer notes and then I keep getting ballsed over by numerous glitches and stuff. It's really quite frustrating, actually. I just realised my rifle's not going to work in the water, is it? Let me see if I can just spawn myself in a melee weapon of some kind. I don't care what kind of melee weapon it is. Sword will do. And we'll just type it in that way so we can increase the quality of the blade. Did I type that in right? Oh, I did type that in right. I'm very proud of myself for memorising some of these admin cheats, considering I haven't used them for quite some considerable time. It's been some years since I last used them. Oh god. Good thing I can breathe underwater right now with infinite stats. Now, I'm not going to bother showing you how to tame a sarco, and we will do that outside the cave. My god, this is a lot of piranhas. I can't remember if the piranha tameable. I can't remember. I need to have a look into that. There's always one that don't die. You will sometimes find loot crates at the bottom here as well, although right now I'm not actually seeing any, so it doesn't look like there is. There is also metal on the bottom as well as I believe there's a few bits of obsidian as well. But to be honest, there are far better places on the map to get metal and obsidian, and again I will show you guys that as well on our travels. Lovely sarcos. And apparently more piranhas have decided to join in. Where are they coming from? I thought I cleared them all. I tell you, an explorer's job is never done. Oh, give over, get off. You know what, there's nothing left down here anyway for us to look at, so I'm just going to go up and get out. At least I'm going to try to get up and out. Oh my. Ow. Oh, okay, the arthroplora is actually a passive tame. Oh, I see, and once you actually start feeding them... Right, okay. I'll have to remember that. Right, once again, I've never actually explored how to tame the arthroplora. I probably should have looked into it actually before. Okay, so it can still go on the attack. So how, oh, I know how to do it. Right, so basically with the arthroplora, obviously it's mighty aggressive as you've just seen, and it is a passive tame, which is really stupid, but basically what you'll need to do is you will need to deploy the ancient art of distraction. So basically what you'll do is you'll bring in a tame with you, you'll have it go after your tame. While it's going after your tame, you will go behind it and start taming from behind. Obviously you're going to want to make sure your tame has got a decent saddle on it and a decent amount of health. I recommend coming to this cave to do it because the arthroploras will be low level, and potentially you could now uncryo a Rex or a Giga in here with ridiculous health reserves, and it, you know, the arthroplora would take forever to get through its health reserves. Obviously, back in the day, before they gave us the ability to use cryopods, it would have been a completely different story. But going by what we've got available to us now, and I'm trying to make this an updated video, I would recommend doing what I used to do when I used to tame my Rexes before I learned how to build the traps, is basically uncryo a Rex down here, have the arthroplora target the Rex while it's beating on the Rex. Like I said, then you just sneak in behind and tame it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Oh look, there's a drop pod down there, but it's only a green one, so it probably won't have too much decent stuff in it, so I think we'll leave it. It's reds and yellows are the real ones that you want to be going after. They're the ones with the proper roots. Getting webbed as well, it's really annoying. What the? You guys saw that, right? That was perfectly aimed. Or is my eyesight going on there? Which that, oh, it wasn't perfectly aimed, that was a flaw. Oh, why does it keep aiming and going towards the floor? That's really annoying. Well, if nothing else, this video has proved how crap my aim is on this game. So there's another dossier just over here. And as for the icon in the bottom corner that I've got right now, the Explorer notes will quadruple the XP that your character and your tames can also get as well. So if you walk over a dossier with your tame, it will boost them. So we're almost out of here now. We're on the last little section of the cave here, on our way back out. I can see I've got an Uranio coming up there on the left, so we'll just scope that one and get rid of it. I can see an arthroplora. Almost out of here. Now, the section that we're coming up into now is the other section in which you can potentially come across megalosauruses. I could see you hiding behind that scorpion. I'm not blind. Although the way my aiming is right now, I think I was. I've been webbed again. There's the kappa circus explorer notes. See, I know where quite a few of the explorer notes are. It's just a case of going over and getting them. Now, right now, this lot hasn't seen us, so I'm going to try and preempt as many of them as I can. That way we can get out safely. Oh, scorpion. Where did that scorpion come from? That's another thing I should point out with these caves. Sometimes some of the creatures can get stuck in the walls and stuff and can sneak out on you, so just keep that in mind as well. Be vigilant. Okay, I apparently aiming for the leg doesn't work. It's the only thing I don't like about this gun, it fires too slowly. Oh. Just when he thought he could get out safely, one last barrage of attacks. Including a snake that's half stuck in the wall by the looks of it. Okay, that was spooky. Snake just sort of, I don't know, disappeared into the wall, I'm gonna say. Oh, hang on. And as you can see, we've now brought ourselves back up to the top here. I'll just quickly drop down here so you can see where I am. So as you can see, it all loops around. So yeah, that is the easy Southern cave. Pretty easy to do. I know I took quite a few hits, and again, I know I had infinite stats on, so it wasn't very accurate. I'm fully aware of that. Oh crap, I left my kibble on the floor. It's a good thing the stuff doesn't despawn here, isn't it? Or at least not very quickly anyway. Do you know what, I will keep that toxin, just in case because I might show you guys the boss fights as well. And I'll also tell you what you need for each of them. So it is a good crystal farming spot in here as well, because there's quite a lot of crystal. I remember me and my tribe mate Sarah, we used to do quite a lot of runs to this cave back in our earlier days for the crystal. We quite often used to take a dire bear in here actually. And what we also used to do is, because we didn't have the hover skiff at that point, Genesis wasn't around, what we did was we built I built a boat and we put a load of storage onto it, and what we would do is we would drop the boat just down here, and hello, there is a and then we'd literally just keep running back and forth from the cave there, and we'd just keep storing the crystal in the boxes, do 2 or 3 runs. It was quite effective actually, very, very effective. And our base used to be just up over this hill actually. It's just it was quicker to use the boat than it was to ride down with the bear, unfortunately. Or to get more of it farmed anyway it was, because our base used to be literally just at the back of this hill here. Obviously these trees weren't here, we cut down quite a lot of these trees. Well, to be honest, we didn't actually start off together in a tribe. Originally Sarah was over this side and I was just over this side of the river. It was quite an amusing start to our journey and story, if I'm honest. She had a nice little safe stone base over there, and me, I was just on the edge of this cliff here in a little wooden shit shack, being jumped by snakes, sarcos and kappas, and literally screaming because I was getting, you know, well, my base was getting absolutely hammered. And then eventually, obviously, I upgraded, and I also claimed this middle section here and built a massive pen here. But Sarah, she keeps sneaking up on me from time to time while I was in the breeding pen that I had down on this lower section just here. Eventually we decided to link our posses. I've been playing too much Red Dead. Our tribes together. I will get my words out right. I will get Red Dead off the brain. And then later on I actually built a bridge from my pen over this side, linking onto Sarah's base, so we ended up with one giant base. But then we had the snake infestation, It was getting really annoying, and the fact that I don't know why, I had no idea how to stop it. Every time I'd log in, I'd find that snakes and stuff were spawning inside my buildings. It was really annoying. I really wish that Wildcard would do something about it. Gotta say, haven't had the problem on Crystal Isles so far. We did have the problem on Valkyro in our earlier days, because we'd actually, the base that we had to start off with over there wasn't the one that we finished up with. And at one point we did log on to find that we had been shredded by a raptor while we were offline. And to this day we're still not sure how it happened. I also had stuff that spawned in the pen over here as well. And again, we don't really know how that happened. I don't know whether it was a rendering glitch or what. We literally just do not know. But right, I'm going to head back to... Well, I say I'm going to head back to base. It's not much of a base yet. It's still in the development stages. I haven't finished when, and my enthusiasm just went. But yeah, going back to that. So yeah, and the log-out room that we had was actually over water as well as everything else. It was like, why would a raptor be spawning, first of all, in water? It's a land creature, and second of all, how on earth did it manage to spawn inside the base? Okay, so I don't normally condone seems how we're on single player. And it's only me that it's affecting. I'll go ahead and bring them all out. Cryo sickness? That's not supposed to be. You're not supposed to have cryo sickness anymore. What's that about? Why is it... Well, don't tell me they've kept cryo sickness on single player only. That's really stupid. Now they'll all wake up eventually, I suppose. That was one thing that they put in that really niffed me with the cryopods, that really was unnecessary. It really didn't need to be in the game, and that was the cryo sickness. And I was so happy when they got rid of the darn thing. But now it seems on single player it's still very much a thing. Unless of course it's a bug. Again, that would not surprise me. But right, I've been going for just over 30 any longer than that, so I'm actually going to peace out here, and I'll see you all next time when we shall go and tackle our next ARK adventure episode. Thank you very much to anyone that watches this and supports my channel. Bye bye for now.